If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. The Pembrokeshire Murders is a Welsh three-part television drama series based on the Pembrokeshire Murders by Welsh serial killer John Cooper. In 2006, newly promoted Detective Superintendent Steve Wilkins decided to reopen two unsolved 1980s murders cases linked with a string of burglaries. New advances in technology for forensic DNA analysis, witness reports and artist impressions of the suspect led the police to reviewing a 1989 episode of Bullseye, which led to the serial killer finally being caught. The show premiered on ITV on the 11th of January 2021 and stars Luke Evans as Detective Superintendent Steve Wilkins and Keith Allen as the serial killer John Cooper. Filming just wrapped before Wales's first lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. Most exterior scenes were shot on location in Pembrokeshire. The journalist who is shown on screen wanting to produce a documentary about the case in 2006, namely Jonathan Hill, went on to executive produce this very drama 15 years later. After producing both Welsh and English versions of The Hinterland and Hidden, Ed Telfan had the relatively easy task of only having to produce this for an English-speaking audience. Just a little about the real John William Cooper. He was born on the 3rd of September 1944. On the 26th of May 2011, he was given a whole life order for the 1985 double murder of siblings Richard and Helen Thomas and the 1989 double murder of Peter and Gwenda Dixon. The murders were known in the media as the Pembrokeshire Murders or Coastal Murders. Cooper was also sentenced for rape of a 16-year-old girl and sexual assault of a 15-year-old girl, both carried out while a group of 5 teenagers were held at gunpoint in March of 1996 in a wooded area behind the Mount Estate in Cooper's hometown of Milford Haven, Pembrokeshire. Cooper had a history of criminal activities, including 30 robberies and violent assaults. Footage from a television game show, Bullseye, in May 1989, in which he appeared as a contestant, was later used as evidence against him, comparing his image with a sketch of a suspect in Dixon's murder. Cooper was sentenced to 14 years in 1998 for robbery and burglary. He was released from prison in January 2009. Because of subsequent developments in DNA and forensic science, the police carried out a cold case review in April of 2009 and were able to identify Cooper's shotgun as being the murder weapon. Further DNA evidence was provided by forensic scientist Professor Angela Gallup. The police collected further evidence against him and Cooper was then arrested again in May of 2009. He was convicted on the 26th of May 2011 for the double murders and sexual assaults and sentenced to 4 life sentences without the possibility of parole. For all the brutality of his crimes, Cooper was also handed a whole life order, meaning that he will never leave prison alive, with presiding judge John Griffith Williams saying the murders were of such evil wickedness that the mandatory sentence of life will mean just that. Cooper is serving his time in an undisclosed prison. The series is based on the book Catching the Bullseye Killer by Steve Wilkins and Jonathan Hill, which recounts the investigation led by Wilkins to solve the murders that took place in the 1980s. Now, as with most ITV productions highlighting notorious British murder cases of the past 2 centuries, I found the show to be very compelling and fascinating. The series is very well paced, maintaining a steady and engaging narrative across its 3-episode run. I also found the series stays true to the facts of the investigation, providing an authentic portrayal of the real-life events. Now, of course, the use of forensic science was a key aspect of this investigation, and the series effectively demonstrates how advances in technology played a significant role in solving this case. Look, my one gripe with these type of shows is that there are only 3 episodes. I feel sometimes that certain aspects of the investigation and character development could be explored further. You almost require a happy medium, not too many episodes, but not too little either. And look, obviously because this is based on a real-life case, the outcome is already known, which of course can diminish the suspense for some, but I find real investigations into real crimes absolutely fascinating. And even though you know the outcome, it's still amazing to see, and wonderful of course to know that the actual criminal, in this case, John Cooper, was brought to justice. One aspect of the show I did particularly enjoy was how the series highlights the contrasting personalities and the cat and mouse dynamic between Steve Wilkins, the detective, and John Cooper, the criminal. And it's a particular standout performance here from Luke Evans, who of course plays Steve Wilkins with a blend of determination and vulnerability. His performance captures the complexities of leading an investigation while balancing his personal life. Keith Allen also delivers a chilling performance here as John Cooper, capturing the sinister nature of this convicted killer. The series was directed by Mark Evans and written by Nick Stevens, and the production, as you expect with most of these series, is of a high quality. Also, I loved the scenic backdrops of the Welsh countryside serving as the setting for the story. The series maintains a tense and suspenseful atmosphere throughout, effectively conveying the stakes of this investigation. I feel though it's important to highlight real crimes like this in shows, as it firstly delves into the good side of police investigations, as well as highlighting and remembering the victims that unfortunately lost their lives to this most awful man. This is an exceptionally gripping and well-executed true crime drama that offers an intriguing look into the complexities of solving cold cases. Strong performances from the cast, particularly here Luke Evans and Keith Allen, combined with a focus on modern forensics, make this really a series that is compelling to watch. I definitely recommend this for fans of true crime dramas and those interested in real-life criminal investigations. Pembrokeshire Murders gets an 8.5 out of 10.